Hi, you guys. As you can see my whole face. Um, I'm just starting a new file on Dark Cloud today. Um, I'm sorry if I look like crap. It's because I feel like crap. I'm not feeling so great. Um, this is the first time, obviously, that you guys can see my face. I'm doing this mostly because, obviously, like in my Legend of Dragoon ones, it was just the gameplay and then obviously like my voiceover and stuff. So I thought that I would take a chance here and kind of go a step further and show like myself. Um, Basically, this is like kind of like the next step in what I'm probably going to go forward eventually, and I might try and have the courage to actually go live, and actually start live streaming. So obviously, as you can see, like you can tell that I've done this pre-recorded. Yeah, it was kind of just like me dipping my toes into it. So the last time, yeah, it was just pre-recorded, and I was doing my voice. This time, doing it pre-recorded with my voice and showing my face. And then after I'm done Dark Cloud, my plan is to actually, with my next one, play the game, show my face, use my voice, and I'll be live if I've got the courage to do that. As you can see, this is Dark Cloud. There is a second one. I don't have it. I'll just be playing the first one. So I finished the Legend of Dragoon. Big tears. And because I was kind of like on a roll with like playing games that are super nostalgic for me, Dark Cloud was actually the first game that I ever played on PlayStation 2. So like when I got my PlayStation 2, this was like the game that I got with it. It was this one, and Ephemeral Sonata or Ephemeral something. It's this like traveling bard guy that has like a lute, and you like fight and stuff. It wasn't a super popular game, and I didn't end up liking it as much. Obviously, as Dark Cloud. So I'll be starting this from the very beginning. Again, this is my first time kind of showing my face, kind of like doing that whole thing. So I'm sorry if like I might need to like adjust the lighting, or kind of like this is an internal camera as well, so it's not as high tech and like cool as some other people's. I didn't really want to buy a new one because they're expensive, and because this camera's decent, and because I don't really want to take the chance on buying something that's so expensive when this might not, it might not end up being necessary. I'm just gonna keep him as Toan. I used to like, my thing was like, whenever I could change people's names and stuff, I would always name like a character that I really liked after myself, and then I would just have like the other characters would just be like like my friends or like members of my family and stuff. But I'm just gonna leave it as just the regular names. It seems silly otherwise. But yeah, constructive criticism obviously is like greatly appreciated. Again, this is my first like gameplay like stream, my let's play, was Legend of Dragoon, and obviously my first video with that was super rough, just because I was having a lot of difficulties. This thing's killing me. Itchy ear. Just ignore me. Obviously, like, I was having a lot of difficulties just with, like, getting the sound to work and all of that jazz. Just getting that figured out. So again, like this might be like a little bit rough. If you watched my Legend of Dragoon videos, you'll know that I kind of try to keep it with these around like between like an hour and a half max, just because I know that it's like people have lives. Like nobody wants to friggin' watch like a pre-record for like that long. With my live videos, if I do end up going like properly live, like obviously I'll stream for longer, but with those people more likely to kind of like dip in and out, because like obviously like it's interactive, isn't it? Like you go in, you chat with people, so it's like a bit more like with a recorded video, it's like just get to the point already, like don't just like keep me here sitting there for like 4 hours. So I prefer to keep it like not too long when it comes to these. This headset is killing me right now. I don't know if it's like the head cold or what, but it's making like kind of like this side of my ear, like my inner ear, all itchy. This mic is like fairly decent as well. I do have an internal mic, so I don't necessarily have to use the headsets. But the issue is obviously I do not live alone, so I have cats, I have snakes, I have a husband and a baby, so other people like are like living and like doing their thing around me. Normally I don't record or stream or do anything while my son's awake. Normally I wait until he's asleep. But yeah, just because obviously like sounds kind of go on in the background, and my internal mic picks up a lot more than just this one does, because obviously this one's like right in front of my face. So I try to just keep that. I just try to keep it to this. But again, like if people would prefer I just use my internal mic on my laptop, I'm like completely willing to try that. So for anyone that has played this game, obviously this one's getting quite old as well. So when I started playing Legend of Dragoon, I wanted to do it as like, cause it was like the 20th anniversary pretty recently. This one, I think the 20th anniversary is either like coming up or maybe has just passed. I'll have to double check. I'll confirm it in the next video or something. But it was working out really well that I was able to finish Legend of Dragoon and then get on to this like so close to its 20th anniversary as well. But yeah, I love this game too, and I really wanted to do this one as well. So when I was playing Legend of Dragoon, I also wanted to do like a bunch of like extra stuff, so I had never completed everybody's editions or gotten everybody's dragoons to level 5 or gotten everybody like above level 40. So with this one, with this game, my kind of goal is I want to try to get everybody's like final weapons. I mean, we'll see how that goes. Like, we'll see how that goes. Oh, that poor little dude. Oh, he's about to get straight up eaten. Oh, man. Yeah, it's super sad for you. Well, that's terrifying. So for this, I want to do that. And also, I've never done the Demon Shaft, where it's like, I want to say like 100 floors, and then you fight Black Knight Pendragon at the end. So I've never done that. So that'll be like, that's end game. So it's like you defeat the final boss, and then you're able to go there, and then you can defeat Pendragon. I'm sorry, my nose is like, I know that I keep touching my face. My nose is super itchy just because I'm like feeling like a bit under the weather. It's nothing like serious, just like the common cold. It's just like my nose is like super itchy because it keeps getting like runny. Oh, there's Paige. I love Toan with his little green hat. Get your little hat on, buddy. Get going. Yeah, so I do love this game quite a bit. I played it a lot as a kid. there is a second game. I will be honest. It didn't quite... I think that part of the reason is because I was quite a bit older when I played the second game. Not because I didn't know that it existed, it just didn't really, like, it wasn't something that really crossed my mind. Like, I saw, like, reviews of it and stuff, and, like, my head looks giant. It's like, yeah, my head's, like, back there. I promise I don't have, like, giant, like, monster hands. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't really try it until I was, like, quite a bit older than I was when I first tried this game, so I feel like the nostalgia wasn't quite, because, like, it's got connections, obviously, to this game, but it doesn't, there's, like, a lot about this game that isn't quite the same. Like, obviously, they improved upon it quite a bit. Like, a lot of people that like the Dark Cloud franchise in general actually prefer the second game, like, over the first one. I'm one of those few weirdos that doesn't. If I scratch my nose one more time, I swear I'm gonna drive myself insane. I can feel it. Like, I can already feel myself, like, hovering. I don't care. Alright, so here we go. They're being a massive D-bag. I think that the problem is, as well, is now I've hyper-focused on it. You ever do that, where you think to yourself, don't do that, don't do the thing, and then your brain's like, oh, you'll do it. You'll fucking do it, alright. You're just like, no, please, no more. It's just, you get, like, I can't stop thinking about it now. I'm gonna, like, constantly just have my hand on my face now, because I've talked about it now, and I've addressed it. Now my body's just like, this is happening now. So yeah, in the second game, these Atlamilias, I think that's the right pronunciation, Atlamilia, that's what it looks like, so that's what I'm gonna say until I'm told otherwise. So yeah, oh god, it's like an absolute wasteland. This was your village. So, for those of you that haven't played this game, there's a lot of, like, really interesting mechanics in it. So it's basically, you don't level up. It's just your weapon. Your weapon levels up. You don't level up at all. The only aspect in which you level up are, like, these items that you can use, like, that you consume the items, and, they'll make your defense, health, or water go up. So it's just these little water droplets, and it's basically, it tells you whether or not you're thirsty, and if you don't quench the thirst or whatever, if it gets down to a certain point, you'll start to lose your health. With defense, obviously, that's just how much damage you're gonna take when you actually, like, get a hit against you. So yeah, as you can see, absolute effing wasteland. So, the only place that survived is, like, usually in every town that you go to, because there's obviously quite a few towns that you go to, you have to restore. there's always at least one place that hasn't been completely destroyed. Just the one, though. So this guy's gotta let me get into Dran's cave. Don't mind me. It's getting a bit late on my side of the world, so... So there are, you may notice, like, typos and stuff, obviously. Like, when the game was translated, it looks like the people that did the translating, like, they just made a bunch of typos and stuff, because sometimes you'll see this place referred to as Norloon Village or Norroon Village. I always remember it as being Norroon Village. I'm currently playing on a PlayStation 4, so I think, yeah, that'll get me into the cave. A little prickly thing comes out. Ooh, so I can use that for fishing. Also, another thing about this game that's quite cool, but that I never really took proper advantage of, is the fishing. So that's something that I'd like to try and do better this time around. Okay, so sometimes there's like boxes around once you started doing things. Obviously that box isn't here at the moment. I'll have to wait a bit. What was I even saying? Can I just... Yeah, there we go. Teleport. Normally you just do that when you're dicking around with the Jirama. However you pronounce it. I'll figure it out. I just haven't played this game in a while. So he starts out with a dagger. It is an item that's unbreakable. The first weapon that you get is always completely unbreakable. But the problem is if you do break it, it loses all the power-ups that you've given to it. But you still have the weapon. It just goes like nothingness. It's just a piece of crap after. But every person that you kind of like bring into your party, it's the same thing. Their first weapon won't break per se, but if you let it get to the breaking point where with other weapons they would break and disappear, the weapon will break, continue to be there, but it'll be like nothing was ever added to it. It never leveled up. So yeah, he's just kind of saying about that. So you use repair powder to kind of deal with that. All the new weapons you get, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to worry too much about getting specific with the weapons during this video, just because this was kind of a test at first. Alright, yeah, this thing's just little. So, let me see. So only Toen can open these. So once you do get other characters, if they walk up to it, they can't do anything to it. What sucks, obviously, at the beginning of the game is because there's no shop, I constantly have to go back to the mayor to get him to... Yeah. So I know it looks like I was just going after nothing, and that is precisely what I was doing. It's just that the bats are sometimes like difficult to like attack. So I usually, because he does the ha, he, ha, and then just like brings it down. So I usually will end up doing that just to like kind of cut it out of the sky. With my past videos, I've normally not done grinding on video, but any battle or any like level or whatever that builds onto the story or like is new, I normally will make sure is on camera. just because obviously I don't want anyone to like miss out on stuff. Sorry, my like computer just like blanked out there for a second. I don't know if that's actually affecting the video. Fingers crossed. But if you guys could let me know, like if you actually want to see the grinding, like it's absolutely like be my guest. Like I'll start recording it. But I always figured that was like pretty boring for other people. So when it comes down to like me wanting to perfect weapons and stuff, I probably won't do it. I probably won't do it on camera, but I mean I can always start doing that. I'm absolutely not opposed to it. I mostly just don't, like I didn't do it in the past, like when it came to like grinding the editions and like leveling up in Legend of Dragoon. I didn't do it because I was like, who wants to see me do that? How boring. Because I always figure that people are mostly around because they want to see like the story of a game that they really enjoy, or the story of a game that intrigues them, but they might not necessarily like play for themselves. Because I know like a couple of my friends wanted to watch me play Legend of Dragoon. A, because they love me and are super supportive, but also B, because they're intrigued by Legend of Dragoon, mostly because I don't shut the fuck up about it, but also because they probably won't ever play it and just kind of want to see like what's up. I cannot wait to get a Drance feather. So it's like this like item that you can get that you can put those little boxes at the top there, like right in the middle of the screen. It basically just makes you like run faster, and it just like makes your life so much easier. I hate how fucking slow he is. It doesn't make you any faster attacking, like that's literally it. You're just faster at walking around. Yeah, screw you, bat. I gotta figure out, there's like a couple, I think there's like at least like 2 ultimate weapons for most people. So these can be little trickies. These can be tricky as fuck. They can be like, oh, like you become more powerful, or the enemy becomes more powerful, or you get more money, or we take more money from you. Let's just go for it. I always just go for them. Yeah, pumped with energy. Now let's see if I actually like get to an enemy before it goes away. Because I'm slow AF. Alright. So I don't like it when weapons break. So I'm going to repair this, especially because the ABS on the weapon as well, so that's how the weapon like levels up. So you build up the weapon, or so you upgrade it when the ABS is full. But when it's good enough, you build it up. But you can't do it with the dagger. You can't build up the dagger. The dagger's like as good as it's gonna get. But you can, after a certain point, I'm so sorry, I'm scratching my nose. After a certain point, you can turn it into what's called a synth sphere, and then it takes everything off of the dagger, and then you can use it as an attachment on a different weapon. It sounds so much more complicated than it actually is. Like it'll be less weird sounding once you actually like see it in action. So I can't put anything on this, so I'm just gonna upgrade it. So you can see, and it'll probably go up by 1 with everything, yeah. So attack 7, weapon hit points are a little bit higher. So you gotta pay attention to the weapon hit points, because that will F you right up. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So I'm not gonna use that knife yet because I've already upgraded my dagger. I think I have to get it to level 5. I think I have to get it to level 5 before I can turn it into a synth sphere. And like, why not, right? Why not? Why not do that? So that is what I'm going to do. So probably not going to... Keyhole, yeah. So I've already used my thingy, my powder. So unfortunately, instead of just going to the next thing, which I would normally do, I hate having to come out. I prefer to like just go until I'm like completely out of items. No, normally like once you get a shop or whatever, you can start buying a ton of stuff. Oh my god, the Fairy King again. Oh my god, this guy is just constant. It gets to a point where finally he shuts up. Finally come back with something. Yeah, Toan, why are you still walking? I can still hear him walking in the back. Look at this guy. This is glitched out. Okay, just... So, yeah, you'll see, like, I can start... Finally! Why were you just walking into him like that, you freaking weirdo? Super rude. I will be watching. D-bag. Just leaves the fate of the world to this poor friggin' preteen boy. Oh, okay, so if I go to that. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, so it's just all this stuff. I'm not gonna bother dicking around with it yet, though. Actually, I think that they want to be, like, near here, if I remember correctly, because they like to, like, fight. Because they're like the Macho Brothers. They like to work out and fight and train and stuff, so that's probably, if I'm remembering right, that's normally what they like to do. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna put you all the way down here, because now, whatever, you can't bin it anyway. Okay. I know it seems I'm gonna be super just open with you guys. I have ADHD, so there is an organize button. As you can see, there's a square there, but it organizes it based on, like, I honestly don't know what it organizes it based on, but I almost never like how it does it, so I always end up doing it myself. Because otherwise my brain just starts to hurt. It sounds really stupid. It's just I'm like really particular with stuff, and I find that like I play better when I just like play to like some of my weird idiosyncrasies, or however the hell you would refer to those. Sorry, I'm like moving my legs here. The laptop is like on my lap, so that's why it's moving around as I'm moving. I don't have a proper like tower PC, anything like that. This laptop's a gaming laptop, so it's quite good. I got it, well, my husband and I got it when the MacBook pooched out on us, and it was just, we wanted something that had, I don't know, the specs that would mean that we could, I don't know, just do certain things. Like, he's got some Steam games that he plays, like I've just made a Steam, and just so that we would be able to, we would be able to stream from this, but it's just, if you want those similar specs in a Mac, it's so much more expensive than it is to just get those specs on the PC. So, as much as I did like having a Mac when I had a Mac, it was just not in the cards for us, and I really am liking this PC, to be perfectly honest, so it's like really it's not a big loss. And this is the kind of stuff that I mean, about my ADHD as well. Like, I will just go on a tangent. Like, that was completely unrelated. I don't even know why I brought that up. would have to go back and watch the video as to why I started talking about the computer. My stories are very long-winded. I'll be honest with you guys about that right now as well. Anybody again that's watched like some of my older videos does likely know like about just my kind of like weird tendencies and stuff like that, because I did try to like explain that stuff when I first started streaming. But for those of you that are new here, that are here because I'm playing Dark Cloud, I will be honest, I try to tone it down a bit. There's really only so much that I can do. I am on medication for it, obviously, but it's like it's not a cure. It just helps me not be completely brutal. It's like it helps me function. It doesn't cure me, I guess is the best way to explain it. So if you don't mind and like that's your jam, then like yeah, like welcome. But if you think that it's the kind of thing that you can be like, damn, this shit is fucking annoying, then I totally understand. Like it is something that's difficult to kind of get through, I guess. To kind of like ignore. But I will try to make this just a good experience for everybody that's deciding to stick around and like hang out. And anybody that's made it this far, thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out, especially if you're here from before, from Legend of Dragoon. I really appreciate you sticking around. Like if you came here for Legend of Dragoon, and obviously it's done now, and I can't keep playing the same game every day for the rest of my life. Obviously that's one of those games that like I do replay like once a year if I'm feeling like I am just feeling like it, really. Otherwise it's like every couple of years or something. But yeah, I had to move on to something. I thought that this would be a very good idea as well, just because I was just really in the mood to play this, and I really would like to actually try to do the Demon Shaft. Oh, he needs a drink. You need a drink, Toan. You need to have a little sippy of water. I'm gonna have a little sippy of water. Oh, I left my water bottle somewhere else. I can't be arsed. Can't be arsed to grab it. We'll just ignore it. We'll ignore the thirst. I'll deal with it later. No! Get away from me, you psycho. Friggin' whatever the hell you are. It says Yamage. Friggin' demon thing. Where's the... There you go. Oh my god, the tip of my nose. So freaking itchy. What is going on here? I'm like hyper-focusing on it again. Damn it. Okay. Well, we're going to upgrade this first. And then we are going to use this, because that is just tragic. Why? Oh! You gotta be kidding me. I was trying to feed him a caterpillar. Poor Toan. He's poisoned, and I tried to feed him a bug. Alright, well... Oh! Come back here, you effing coward. We're definitely gonna have to go back up, because now not only do we not have any more of that like healing powder, we do not have any water. Oh. towing. Sorry, man. I'm really shit in the bed with you here. Yeah, screw you. Actually, I picked something up, didn't I? Customize. Yeah. Yes, please. A fire one, too. Get in. Very nice. Yeah, his wind is way better anyway. Yeah, we'll stick to wind for the moment. Alright. For the love of God, we have got to find a dragon's feather soon because, like, this pace is killing me. And, like, look how far we've got to walk as well. This is just awful. How slow his little stick legs are taking us. Shut up, stomach. Not even eaten that long ago. For anybody on here watching this as well that happens to be on Facebook, I'm actually one of the mods or admins, whatever you refer to it as, on the Dark Cloud 3 group, which is basically a group of people that love the Dark Cloud franchise. They're basically just like talking about it, sharing news about it, just all that kind of thing. So if that's something that you're interested in, all you have to do, go on, it's a private group, so if you go on, just answer the questions, talk about basically how much you love the game, all that sort of thing, and we'll take you on. It's a great little community. Been around for a while, still continuing to grow, which is great. It's another reason why I decided that I wanted to do a replay, because it's just one of the things that was discussed was starting to talk about, I don't know, just like trying to get the game's name out there a bit more, like, because a big thing about The Legend of Dragoon as well was that everybody's talking about wanting to get a remake done, or not even really like a remake, like my foot's starting to fall asleep. This is getting brutal. Not like a remake, like a, God, what do they call it when they basically just redo it with way better graphics? It'll come to me. It'll be like 3 a.m. or something, or I'll be in the middle of a completely different conversation. My brain will come up with the word. Anyway, there's a petition going on because people desperately want it done. So basically it's just, yeah, like just people are desperate to see that game redone. I'm trying to figure out. Oh yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repair this, and then let's see, yeah, just so that way I'm not dealing with that. Let's see. So what we're gonna do now at this point, I think. So we've done a couple of levels. Got kind of just seen like what the stuff's capable of. So this was mostly just like, I'm just kind of doing like a shorter one of this. I think I'm just gonna keep it to about 40 minutes, just because I kind of wanted to show you guys like the beginning of the game, kind of show like what's going on the camera with my face and all that jazz, and really just I don't know, just get a feel, like, not just for the sake of me, but for the sake of you guys. But like I said, like, if you watch this, if you think that there's anything that I need to be doing differently, if you could just let me know, that would be fantastic. We're gonna save. So as you can see, I was at Dark Heaven Castle. We're gonna just completely ignore this save. I'm gonna save over this one. Yeah, we're gonna save over it. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So, thank you guys again so much for joining me. I seriously appreciate it. If you're here, if you're like a long-time watcher and you're watching after Legend of Dragoon, again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for sticking around and watching me play a new game with like my face all like up in this. And if you're brand new, thank you so much for joining us, and I really hope that you enjoyed the continuing videos on here. So thanks again, and have a great day, you guys. Thank you. Apparently I don't know how to click the record off button. Thanks again, you guys. Bye.